Hello and welcome. My name is Javier Parellada. I am the Assistant Director and PR for the School of Film and Visual Media at UFM. Today we have with us Professor Chen, who's visiting from Hefei, China. Welcome, Mr. Chen.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
My name is Bingsheng Chen. I was born and raised in China. And for my undergraduate degree, I went to Liaoning University of International Business and Economics. And I majored in translation. And I have a minor in German and economics. And then after that, I went to St. John's University in Santa Fe, New Mexico to study liberal arts.
And what brings you to Guatemala?
So after 6 months in Shanghai, I was really want to find something that I love to do. And then I found this university that they offers courses like what I have been trained to do from St. John's. And I think it's at the university, Francisco Marroquín is a very beautiful campus. And I found people are very dedicated to their work. And then that's what attracts me here.
And so why did you know that beforehand, or how did you choose to teach here? What are you doing here at UFM?
I'm teaching 2 different courses in the film school. The first one is the Great Conversations of Philosophy, and the second one is the Great Conversations of Ethics. Also, I teach at the Polanyi College and some business school courses.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you've covered, what the methodology is?
The methodology is Socratic seminars, and we read books from Plato all the way to Nietzsche, and then we go to Eastern part, we read Confucius and Lao Tzu. What's amazing about that course is that we also add the component of movies. By reading all those great philosophical ideas, we also watch the great movies such as Lord of the Flies, Schindler's List, The Matrix, and the Blade Runner, and for film school students. And when we talk about the films in the classroom, and then the film itself becomes a text, and then they can talk about how it's a film and how it is made, so it's helping them to learn better about films.
What is a Socratic seminar?
A Socratic seminar is a small group of people come to the classroom and then they read the same text and they talk about the ideas that was written by great authors from all times.
So you're doing this at the School of Film and Visual Media. Mm-hmm. Can you help us understand a little bit of what's the relation there? Why would a student taking a degree in film and visual media do these courses?
In a traditional film school, I think they just study all film-related subjects. But at UFM, the film school are really taking an interdisciplinary approach for students to learn at films and look at films differently. I think that it adds more diversity to the film they study, but also it adds more depth to the students' thinking and the way of doing.
What impact do you hope these classes to have in them?
By looking at and reading all those great works of philosophy and ethics, I think that the students get a sense of what a critical thinking is, and by doing that, they have the freedom of thought.
And what do you do in each, or how has your experience been?
It has been amazing for me to tutor the students, and in a classroom, we read for the philosophy classes, we read from Socrates all the way to Kant and Confucius, and then and Lao Tzu, and for the ethics class, we read from Aristotle, Thomas Aquinas to Confucius. I know those texts well, and I think that it's important for the students to read those texts in general, and especially for film school students, is because normally in a film school, the students will never have the chance to habituate them to those texts with the Socratic seminars.
I'd like to hear your opinion on why you think having a film school in general would be important for an institution like UFM and a country like Guatemala.
For film school students, as we all know that people learn more directly from visual, from motion, from faces and voices, rather than reading books. So it's by that direct approach, I think, by making films that would educate the public more effectively and directly. And for UFM, by having a film school, it provides an opportunity for those students who want to have access to that kind of education. But also people in Guatemala, by having a film school in Guatemala, it helps the country to represent itself better to the world.
What are some of the major takeaways you take from this experience?
I think the first and foremost is by reading those great texts together that I really see something new in those texts, and the students really help me to learn something that I have never thought about the text. And the second is that it's amazing for me to see and to know more about Guatemalan culture and the people in it. And the third would be University Francisco Marroquín is a fantastic place to work at because the people are so dedicated to what they work and believe what they do.
Well, thank you so much for being here today and for sharing with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys for watching.